Okay, so I've never been to jail. I have a clean record. However, I have faced jail time, and I think it's so important to share this story from time to time because so many people are oblivious as to how easy it is to get locked up for something you didn't even do or something that's completely justified. So, for those who don't know, I'm a trans man. I'm no longer on T anymore, but I was for 3 years. I've had top surgery, and my legal gender was changed to male, sort of early on in my transition or mid transition. However, I changed it back to female, and I will never change it back to male again. There's a few reasons for that, but here's the number one reason. Now, I don't want this whole video to surround my previous situation, but just to give you an idea, when I was with my son's father, he has since passed away. He overdosed, but when we were together, it was a very bad situation. I mean, so bad that the state put on a restraining order. He pled guilty to assaulting me. It was very bad. I tried to keep my son away for as long as I could, but eventually he was awarded supervised visits, and one of the supervisors they chose was somebody who also had an extensive criminal background. It was somebody he met in prison. Of course, I was not going to allow like my small child into a situation like that with no like reliable supervision. So every single weekend when it was his parenting time, I refused to hand my son over because I'm a good parent and I was protecting my child. And every single time I did that, he ran over to the police station, wrote a statement, and then once Monday came, he went to the courthouse and stapled that statement to a motion of contempt. I think I ended up facing 11 in the end, 11 contempts. My lawyer ended up calling me in one day and he told me how serious the situation was. And I was like, yeah, but I wouldn't like face jail time or anything, right? And he was like, no, you might. I mean, this wasn't just a couple of contempts, like, this was a lot. All because I didn't want to send my child unsupervised with somebody who had assaulted me and somebody who had an extensive criminal background as well. During this situation, I didn't know what to do because I had two choices. I could sign off on a parenting plan where my son's father got visitation, or I could risk getting locked up and then my son would have no stable parents. I felt like at least if I signed off and he got visitation, maybe we could keep it civil and I could at least get updates on my son and know that he was safe. Now, this was before I transitioned, but it showed me just how easy it is to potentially get locked up for something that is innocent. If my gender had been male back then, I could have potentially been booked into a men's facility. Most prisons and jails base it on like bottom surgery, but it's not foolproof. There are hardly any protections for trans people in facilities like that. That's my story and why I will never change my gender marker to male again.